Hello everyone, and welcome to a Galaxy on Fire 2 tutorial. In this episode, I will answer the question how to get the Void X fighter. In principle, it is quite easy. You just have to complete all the medals, the normal medals, not the orange medals you get when you purchase the Supernova extension, and I will shortly introduce all those medals. The simplest one would be the Veteran, which you already get when you begin the game, and also you have to get all the medal in the gold state. So for the Survivor, that means you arrived with less than 5% of hull energy. Well, the simplest to achieve that would be to get the emergency system, which would enable you to get away when your hull is less or exact 5%. So then there is the Geologist medal, which means you have mined at least 11 different types of ore, and the Advanced Geologist, which means that you have at least mined 11 different cores. The Killer medal means more than 250 kills. That might be quite easy. The Carrier means you have transported more than 200 tons of good on courier missions, so get some missions done. The Miner means that you have mined more than 1,000 tons of ore, and the Advanced Miner means that you have mined more than 25 tons of cores. Do not confuse that with the Geologist and Advanced Geologist, which means you have mined different cores, and this means you have mined a certain amount of cores. Then there's the Personal Need medal, which means you have bought more than 1,000 tons of booze, and the Barkeeper means that you have owned at least 22 different types of booze. Then there's the Garbage Man, which means you destroyed more than 150 tons of space junk, so get those garbage dusting missions and dispose of the unneeded space junk around some stations. Then the Space Tourist medal means you have been to at least 100 different stations, and I would also recommend to just visit at least each station once. So if you do that, you get the Space Tourist medal. Then the Explorer means you have been to at least 22 different systems. Like with stations, just visit each and every system, then you get that. The Handyman means you owned at least 13 blueprints, and I think it is a quite nice idea to just collect all the blueprints and complete them. And this is the Engineer medal, which means you have completed at least 13 different blueprints. Then the Addict medal, you have played for more than 20 hours. Well, that might not be too difficult here. You can see I have played this save game for 66 hours and 15 minutes, so accumulating 20 hours should not be too difficult. Then the Workaholic means you have finished more than 50 missions, so go and finish some missions. Also, the Globetrotter means you have used the jump gate at least 100 times, so do not use the car door drive each time, but also use the jump gates. Then the Tour Operator means you have finished at least so much carrier missions that you carried more than 50 passengers. Then there's the Ninja, which means you were invisible for more than 5 minutes, and the Nuclear Armament, which means that you detonated at least 50 bombs. Also, the Alien Hunter means you collected more than 25 tons of alien remains, and the Harem Scarum means that you left a station without weapons or equipment. So unequip everything, leave the station, and hope you are not being attacked. Then you get back to the station and get the Harem Scarum medal. So then there is the Weapons Fanatic medal, which means you've mounted 4 primary weapons. I also think that will not be too difficult, since every better ship offers you 4 primary mounts. Then the Looter, which means you salvage more than 500 tons of freight. Just get a good tractor beam and then it will get it by itself. The money bags means you have earned more than 1 million credits. And the chatterbox means you spoke with more than 100 people. So just look for missions, then you will get the chatterbox in no time. Also, the commander means you commanded more than 20 wingmen, and the renegade means you evoked hostility in one faction. Just kill enough ships of one faction, then you will evoke hostility in that faction. Then the Mason means you destroyed more than 250 asteroids. The Void Terror means you fought off the voids, so you get that medal when you complete the normal Galaxian Fire 2 storyline. Also, the Space Saver medal you get when you have more than 500 tons of free cargo space, and the Naysayer means you did reject more than 50 job offers. Then there is the Daredevil, which means you accepted 10 missions without asking about the difficulty. The Tracker, which means you accepted 12 missions without asking about the location. And the Champion, which means you got all the medals. So if you have gotten all these, you get the last medal for free. Then there are 9 more orange medals, which are not necessary for getting the Void X Fighters. Okay, so if you have all gold medals, you just have to go to Thynome Station in the Wolf Riser system, and here it is. The Void X Fighter, which has a lot of armor with 450, which has a very minuscule cargo hold, and I would say its glaring weakness. It has 4 primary weapons and 4 secondary weapons, 0 turrets, 15 equipment, and a whopping 155 handling. And that costs you 8,115,900 credits. Also worth mentioning is the primary weapons are at the front and very close to each other, so if you hit, you mostly hit with all 4 primary weapons at once, and the target does not have to be too big to being hit. So I think that's also a quite nice advantage. This Void Fighter was immobilized and transported intact to Thynome, where it was modified for human pilots. No information has even been released about what happened to the original pilot. So, when you have the money or have enough money in the ship you're currently flying and you want to cash that in, you can buy that. And you can sell or keep your current ship depending on if you have the camo station. Now I sell it since I do not have enough money to keep the current ship. And congratulations, you now own a brand new Void X. All weapons and equipment that won't fit into your new ship were moved to your cargo hold. So here is the Void X Fighter. I wish you a lot of luck in completing all those medals, and if you have a Void Fighter or not, then comment below, and you can, as always, reach me via Twitter, twitter.com/okona1up. So we will see each other again soon. See ya.